This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions.
This is the Absolute Business Mindset podcast, created and hosted by Mark Hayward. I am a corporate employee with an entrepreneurial mindset. This podcast will help and support you with new ideas about business. These are my thoughts, ideas, and comments. Today I'm going to talk a little bit personally about dealing with duty and depression. I think both these things a lot of people have. A lot of people have duty bound to do certain things, and equally people deal with depression. This will be a personal story about my struggles and how I've come out the other end, or trying to get to the other end to live a productive and fruitful life. Hope you enjoy it. Hi everyone, it's Mark Hayward from the Absolute Business Mindset podcast. Today we're going to talk a little bit personally from my perspective about duty and depression. So I'm going to give you a bit of a sort of idea of some of the things that I've been challenged with at the moment, and then I'll talk you through 9 ways of being able to hopefully come out the other end and be more positive and have a better lifestyle. So the first thing I want to talk about is I've lost a number of family members in the last year, which has been incredibly hard, incredibly difficult, including I lost my dad 7 years ago. I lost my brother a couple of months ago, my grandfather about 6 months ago, and my mum about 7 months ago. So I've lost a lot of people very, very quickly, which has been really, really tough. So that's the sort of depression side of this podcast and this YouTube channel. The other part is I still have a family, so I have a wife and 2 kids, and I still need to be duty bound to them and keep a job going and everything else that I want to do to make myself happy. So it's going to be about duty and depression. So I feel low, I feel sad, I feel sometimes slightly depressed. I think it's a word that gets bandied around sometimes a little bit easily. If you're really depressed, which I don't consider myself to be, I think you don't get out of bed, you don't want to do anything, you don't want to speak to anyone, you don't want to go out, you don't want to be with anyone. So that's true depression. I don't think I'm experiencing that. But equally, I think that I have suffered with feelings of sadness and low. So, but my duty to my family has got me through partway through my bereavement and my grief. So the duty bit is I get up every day and I go to work. I do that to provide for my family, to feed them, to clothe them, to keep a roof over their head. And that's one of the things that has really helped me through this sad time, this depressed time, this very low period of my life. Knowing that I've got to do it for them and I want to do it for them is incredibly important, and it sometimes pulls me through. So although have been very sad and very low, I have got up every day. I've gone to work. Sometimes I don't want to, but it's important to do that. The other thing I would say is depression is a very serious mental health issue. Men struggle, especially in between 18 and 40 or something like that. I think it's incredibly important that we talk about it. This is one reason why I'm doing this podcast, is to be able to talk to people about it, and hopefully you might resonate with some of the things that I'm talking about, and you might find that it's helpful for you to hear about this, and it might move your life a little bit further forward. So I am trying to really help you. All of my stuff is here to help you. All my videos and podcasts are here to help you. But if someone's listening to this and they can resonate with feeling low, whether it's bereavement, whether it's loss, whether it's loss of a job or loss of a person or whatever, one of the things that has really helped me is to actually talk about it. it's very, very important that people find places to talk to, whether that's a family member, whether that's a friend, whether that's a colleague, whether that's a therapist, a counsellor, whoever it is, a group, whatever it is. I think it's incredibly important if you're starting to feel depressed or starting to feel sad and low, that you actually talk to people. I've got here that it's sometimes a distraction is very good. So, for example, television, although is layered with lots of the couch potato, and I'm not big on being a couch potato from a productivity point of view. Distractions can be helpful, but they're only really short-term solutions. So distractions are good for short-term, but they're not your way you're going to solve some of these issues. So I don't have a lot of friends. I have some friends, some family members which I trust. I also have the thing that I have is I have key people to support me, and that is very, very important to me and very precious to me, and I'm eternally grateful if you're listening to this and you're part of my support network, that you're there for me, and it's really important that you are. So deep gratitude, great appreciation for that. But one of the things that has really helped me get back into work, do that well, be there, is my duty to my family. So I know that I need to provide for them, and that's incredibly important to me. And I think from my family, I was given a deep work ethic, which I really believe is incredibly important for everyone. I think you need to, the sort of hustle and grind that the American guys talk about is important, but it's a little bit more than that to have a deep work ethic. It's being able to work hard and work productively, and I think it's important for everyone, whether you're a businessman, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an employee or a partner, whatever it is, you need to have a good, deep work ethic. But I'm just going to say my sort of disclaimer at this point is I'm not a template to live your life by. I might be able to help you, but I wouldn't say living my lifestyle is perfect for everyone. I do my job. I do property. I do podcast, and as well as my work and spending time with my family. That might not work for everyone. I don't think anyone should prescribe exactly what the balance is, although I do talk about that as like the 70-20-10 principle, which is something I'm very keen on and think is very important. But just to say that I don't think I am the grade A template that everyone should live by. But one thing I think I've found recently is actually giving myself downtime as well, and that sometimes listening to music, listening to podcasts, watching TV, a bit of alone time is also quite important as well. So downtime I think is more important than I really appreciated. And you got to give yourself a break from time to time and let yourself have some downtime. So that's important. And spending time with your family keeps me grounded, keeps me level-headed, keeps me prioritised to what I want to do and how I want to do it. So for this is the last section. I'm going to go through 9 things. Should be 10, I suppose, but we've got 9. I didn't want to BS you with a 10th for no particular reason. But these are the things that I think that are incredibly important if you are in a depressed state. Might not be depressed, but in that position where you're feeling slow. It's important to do these 9 things. Number 1. Talk about it. Talk to people about what you're going through. Whoever that is, people you trust. Trust is really, really important in my life. And there's I don't trust everyone, but I think it's incredibly important that you have those trusted people in your life and you are able to talk to them without feeling judged, without feeling attacked, or so that is incredibly important. Number 2, have people who care about you and also that you care about. Again, it's this trusted people. It's important that you have those people in your life. So find them, keep them, be with them, support them, let them support you. Number 3, struggle is part of life. So I'm not trying to get too philosophical, but I think you need to appreciate that you can't have good times without bad times. There'd be no way of assessing what was a good time if you didn't have bad times as well. So just sort of accept it, appreciate it, understand it, and understand that there is struggle and there is hardship. Number 4, remember the loved ones in the past. So people that have passed away, remember them, talk about them, tell people stories about them, have pictures around. It's incredibly important. Number 5, be strong but vulnerable. So I totally appreciate that you need to be strong for your family, be strong for yourself, but I think you need to be vulnerable as well. You need to have people that to be vulnerable with. Number 6, find things in your life that enrich your life. I think it's incredibly important to, if your job doesn't enrich your life, you do things in your life that does enrich them. That could be anything from sport, hobby, craft, art, whatever it is. You just side hustle, whatever it is. I think you need to have those things in your life that enrich your life and make them better. Number 7, try to be positive, especially if you're having problems with feeling low. It's not, you can't just click your fingers and go, oh, I'm going to be positive. But it will work at it. Have that as your aim. Have that as your goal that you want to achieve, to be a positive person. It does make a difference. Opportunities appear in your life if you are a positive person. Number 8, try and be a better person every day. The 1%er. Get better 1% every day. Be a better person every day. Support people, be with people, help people. Be better at your job, be better at your business, be better at your podcast, be better if you're at your side hustle, whatever it is. Get better every day and always compare yourself to you a year ago, never other people. And number 9, smile and laugh as much as possible. Sounds a bit silly, but I think the element of being able to smile and laugh with friends, family, colleagues, whatever it is important. It does make you feel better. It's sometimes hard, but you need to force yourself to try and be that person that wants to laugh and smile. Okay, so that's been my sort of roller coaster ride of dealing with duty and depression. So hopefully you found that useful. If anyone, I'd love to get your feedback on this podcast or on anything that I do. You can send an email to absolutebusinessmindset@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your comments, ideas, any feedback, anyone that you'd like me to interview or try and interview. So please do reach out to me. It would be great to get some feedback from you guys. So I really appreciate it if you do that. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on LinkedIn, wherever there is somewhere I usually have some sort of network there. So please do reach out to me, even if it's a direct message. I'd love to hear any feedback that you've got. So if you're on the podcast, thank you very much, and I will speak to you guys soon.